Okay, I'll start this video off by showing you the basic layout I've already got for the game. As you can see, I've declared all the variables at the top. These are the ones we'll be using in the game. And here are the methods that I've got. The first method I've got is a welcome one. It displays a welcome message to the user and asks their name. As you can see at the bottom, in the main method, it only has to call one method because I've got them all linking together. Okay, so the welcome method then calls the main menu method, which displays the method array that the menu array that I've got up here, and it gives them all the options of what they can do. Now within this menu method, or main menu method, here's where it displays the menu. It prints out each section of the array, so it looks like a list, and then it prompts them to choose what they want to do. Now what I've got here is a switch case type thing. I've used this instead of using quite a few if statements. I'll show you about this later on, but just keep in mind that I've used this instead of if statements, and depending on what they choose will activate different bits of code. So if they choose number 1, it will start the game because it says 1 here. And if nothing is selected, or if there's an invalid choice, it just goes back to the main menu here. And after they start the game, it goes to the start game method, which I've got, and that's where a majority of the things happen. And here's a pick method. This is where they pick which side of the dice they want to bet on. And here's a bet option. This is how much, when they choose how much they want to bet. And this is a very generic name, but this is the game where the things actually happen. So depending on if they've chose double or normal, it will either go to game or game dub. Double means double or nothing, so just in case I haven't said that already. I've called it roll dice, which is actually in another class, in another method called roll dice, which is called from that class. And so yeah, they're all the methods that I use. Oh, and there's one more. Write instructions, but you don't have to add that. It's not a part of the game, it's just a part of teaching someone how to play the game, so you don't have to have that. So they're all the methods that I have. If that helps you out, that's good, but you know, if that wasn't helpful, sorry. Anyway, the next part of this video I'll be teaching you about object-oriented programming, and that should get you well into making this game. Okay, so object-oriented programming. This game probably isn't the best example for using object-oriented programming because it's not needed really at all, but I'll still explain to you what it is because Java is an object-oriented programming language, so I'll try and explain it best as I can. So some people do find it hard to understand what object-oriented means, but I'll give a good shot at explaining it to you. So think about like everything around you is an object, and each object has a different use. Say a cell phone, for example, you can use it to make phone calls, text messages, you know, you can use different methods using the object. So with phones, for example, you could make different instances of a phone, like you could have an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy, or something like that. And these phones will share certain methods, like they'll both make phone calls, they'll both do text messages, they'll both be able to go on Facebook. And that's why you create instances of objects, so you don't have to like continuously type in the code for something that actually shares a lot of similar things with different other objects. So if you created two instances of phone, you can call one iPhone, one Samsung Galaxy, and you'll be able to call the text message method from both of them, and they'll both be able to do the same thing. I hope that's a good explanation of that. It's the same with programming. You can make different objects, give them methods, and you're able to call them methods from a different class. I'll try and give you an example. I've got a class called dice, and in this class I've got a method called roll dice. Now I'm able to call that method from the main method. Where have I called it? Here we go. So in this instance, I haven't created an instance of the object. I've just called it straight from the class. So it's calling roll dice from the dice class. But another way I could do it is by creating an instance of the object. And to do that, I would go dice, which is the name of the class, and then I can call it dice1, and I'll equal that to a new instance of dice. Oh, that's happened because I've forgotten to put the parentheses in. So there we go. The parentheses need to go there. And from doing that, I can call the method by using the new instance of the object that I've made. So I can call it from dice1. Oh, and the problem here is that it's not static, so I'll have to make that static. I'll explain that later on as well. But as you can see, if I can find it again, here it is. It still works. But for now, I'm just going to keep it calling straight from the class dice. But that's how you can use methods from different objects. Now, of course, you don't have to follow exactly how I've done this. If you feel like experimenting, you can actually make more classes and use more objects, more methods from the different classes, and create instances of the objects and use the methods from them if you want. But if you're just beginning, it's better just to stick with what I'm doing until you kind of grasp the concept fully. And I guess that's about it for explaining what object-oriented programming is. If you have any questions or don't understand something I'm saying, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer any questions and get back to you. There's some reading that I've also got up on the website, so if you read up on that, that should hopefully clear up any problems that you have or anything. Yeah, so enjoy and go on to the activity, and hopefully you'll be able to get through that after seeing this tutorial. Thank you.